Hi everybody, welcome back to Die at 18 Mundy Street Journals, and we're going to start our Dephemerember making of the signatures, and which I've pretty much done, but I just thought I'd just save it until this all now. So I've done the cover, I'm just finishing off the inside of the cover, and we're going to do the signatures. I just thought I'd quickly bring you along. So now, this is the outside of the cover. It is a cereal box and it's got the 3-inch spine. I've put a nice one of those metal things. I had one of those left. I forget now what they're called. And the Dephemerember 24 on the outside, and I've put it on with brads. And I've got a hitching post here, and this is a Temu cushion cover, would you believe, that I got for like $1. But it's a wonderful strawy fabric, and it's got the blue, and I really like that. Pardon me, I had covered the inside with just some lace paper, and I've folded in the mitered the corners, folded it in. It was so easy. Whatever this is made of, it glues down like a dream. And this is my favorite page, the one out of this is Louise's kit. Now Louise made this particular, I don't know whether it was just this image or others, but she said she made it for holographic paper. I don't have any holographic paper, so what I did was, I mean, that looks gorgeous just printed out, hello. And then I printed one on vellum, and my intention was to, in some way, because who knows what those girls are going to come up with for our prompts, and I thought, oh, we'll have a bit of vellum. And then when I was putting these in, this one I've already adhered down. I've just glued that down with art glitter glue around the side directly on top, and this is what I'm doing here. I've laid the same image exactly on top and only gluing it around the edge. I was going to do it as a pocket, but no, I don't like that idea. I'm going to just glue it around the edge, and then that will be my back page. And look how luminous that looks. So if you don't have holographic paper, this is a way to get that luminosity. I mean, wow. It still prints out fine, I like that. But that just brings it to the next level. So I'm not going to be having a pocket on the inside of the cover. I did really think I wanted that, but I think what I'll do is I'll sew a paper bag in so that I can keep my prompt list and all of that in the paper bag inside, because this is just too beautiful. So you can just come with me as I glue it down. And I just do it in sections. So I've just started from here and I've gone around there in one go, and then I've held it down with my fingers. Excuse my chipped nail polish. I haven't had time. I've been stenciling, and it's probably taken me about 4 days to do the signatures as I just follow along with the girls, with Louisa and Barbara, because hey, I want to get the full experience here. So I've printed out the kits which they've used, and because I decided, I thought, yeah, I'm worth it. I've been watching Dephemerember for 3 years, and I thought this year I'm going to bite the bullet and follow along, and I'm going to enjoy it, and by heck I'm going to treat myself to the digitals, which I've done. And then I've added them, if you've been following along with them, as you probably have, then they treated those digitals by stenciling on them, texture pasting, stamping. Now this bit I'm just going to take it around the corner, and then I'm going to make sure I get that perfectly aligned, because I don't want to buckle anything. I'm just going to gradually just work that in. and then I'm going to put the warmth of my hand on top of it, because thank goodness it dries nice and quick. And then the inside is not glued down, so that you'll get that luminosity in between the vellum and the paper. So I don't know, everyone's going to have different ideas, but I thought, hey, I'm just going to tell you what I've done, and then also I'll have a record of everything, won't I? Because this is just going to stay in my studio. I'm very excited. I was a bit daunted. I thought, oh, how's it all going to work? And I thought, no, trust the process. The ladies know what they're doing. Probably best I don't have the prompts, and I don't have a buddy. I just thought, no, I'm going to do it how to my taste. If I do it next year, I might think about reaching out and asking someone to, really challenge me by by giving me other papers and things. But and also I'm not sure whether this is something that I might have to put aside and continue it at the end of next year. I don't know. I'm going to try and follow along as everything happens, which will be lovely for December. Okay, so that one's done. Oh, I've printed out all my pages on 160 GSM, and I didn't photocopy back. I just did all of their kits on the one side. Then I've sewed them back to back, chosen which ones I wanted to put where, and sewed them together, stitched around in nice black cotton. That pretty much kept me busy yesterday, stitching around. And don't forget, there's no right or wrong. It's whatever you do is fine. I've been watching what they've been up to, and Louise has done stitched her signatures in, and so has Barbara. I think that's where we're up to. I haven't stitched mine in yet. Mine was going to just be a very simple 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I'm not going to do 5 or 6 holes. No. Can't be bothered with that. I don't think there's any need for that. So that's hardest choice. So you do what you want, or what you're comfortable with. So mine is going to be a hidden spine. I do hidden spines for most of my journals anyway, because this is a relatively thin cover, because it's just a very thin cardboard cereal box. So that's okay. And I wasn't even going to do fabric, to be honest. I started out with the cereal box, and then I thought, oh, this is too thin. So I I collaged it with old book pages, front and back, with Mod Podge. Yeah, and that strengthened it, but not enough. And then I thought, oh, I think I'll paint over that. So I used acrylic paint over the top of that. And then I thought, yeah, no, what am I going to use for a cover? And they both used jeans, I think. And I thought, yeah, I don't have any jeans. And I thought, oh, I've got some flocked velvet material in there. And then that looked a bit too fancy, because this is predominantly, kind of grungy. And I thought, no, that's not. And then I was going through my stash, and I found this cushion that I bought from Temu for this purpose, because I thought, oh, these cushions, they're so cheap, and they'll make great journal covers. So I got it out and I had a look at it. I thought, that's perfect. I love the blue and white. That's right up my alley. And so here we are at the vellum stage. So I'm just going to glue this. Just thought we might craft along together. I'll trim it up once the glue's nice and down. If there's any little overhangs anywhere, I'll trim it up. But that's got no folds. It hasn't rolled. It's dried clear. looks lovely, doesn't it? The blue really does look luminous now. This is my favourite page. Boy, I love it. I was going to do it for the cover, but I don't know. I've left the cover alone. I think it'll be just plain, I think, which I'm quite happy with for the moment anyway. And you can always put a topper on later. That's neither here nor there, depending on what we do inside. Oh, so there it is. Doesn't that look amazing? So before I glue that down, I have to put a hole here, because what I'm going to do is, I don't know whether I've got any sari silk or something like that, but I want to put the sari silk through here in a loop, and then even if it gets big, I can then make a loop on the end of that and just hitch it over the post, which I thought would be great, but I've still got to go a hole in there. Okay, so a little bit of trimming to do along here. Today's Saturday in Australia. I'm in Grafton, New South Wales. We're just about getting, well, we're starting to get ready for Jacaranda, which is one of the oldest running, if not the longest running flower festival. It is certainly one of the longest. I know lilac time in Goulburn, and which incidentally I lived until I was 16, and Grafton, where I've lived for over 20 years now. They're the longest ones, which isn't it funny how life works out sometimes? It's amazing. I'll just carefully trim there. Yep, I like that. And then I'm going to, I'll ink all around. Well, that does look a bit, yeah, there's a bit of card that needs to come off there. Yes, so Jacaranda, oh my goodness, there'll be street parades, there's nightlife, light shows. We've got all the Japanese tourists coming to town who follow the blossom festivals around the world. I'd love to go to Japan for the cherry blossoms personally. What a lovely thing to do, to travel the world looking at blossoms. What a lovely thing to do. I say that every year, but it is. It is. It's a wonderful thing. I love flowers anyway. Oh, I've got to show you. I bought, the Jacaranda committee sell things every year, and this is the Jacaranda crown, which is a lovely brooch. I've got another one I bought last year, and it's so they can raise money. But isn't that adorable? And when they have the big parade and all the markets, everyone in town wears purple. And I've got a beautiful bright purple top. And last year I wore the big silver crown, and this year I'll be wearing this one on that purple top. And people kept stopping me saying, "Where did you get that gorgeous crown? Are you an old queen?" I said, "No, I'm a princess, but sometimes, you know, but no." But we all enter into the spirit of it, and it's everyone's so happy, and the trees, every street is lined with jacarandas. It's just beautiful. Doesn't that gorgeous there? Oh wow, doesn't that gorgeous? I love a bit of bling. So if you're watching me and you're in Australia and you've never been to Grafton at Jacaranda time, which is always the end of October into the 1st, as it goes for about 10 days, they have flower shows at the cathedral, they have wood turning events, they have so much. It's the best time of year. It really is. There's so much. Usually there's not that much to see and do in a rural country town, but it comes alive. and the council put on free concerts in the park of an evening. And I mean, if we usually get really hot weather, so as long as you put on your mozzie repellent and bring your fold-up chair and go down and listen to all the free music, it's amazing. Run into all the old friends. The markets are always fun. Okay, so should I glue this down now? Or put the hole in there first? What would you do? I think I might put the hole in first. I'm going to just put you on pause, and I'm going to do that off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I've put in one that went in very well. I'm quite happy with that. Around the inside, because the fabric is a bit frayed around there. I'm just going to put a little bead of glue around, just to smoosh it in, give it some longevity. Pardon me. Smooshing is a technical term. There, I'm quite happy with that. Now let's get this down. Okay. Try and make it look even with this one. Not that it's open together, is it? But okay. I think I know where I'm going. The only thing is you have to act a bit quick. It's curling up a little bit because of the vellum, so I'll just smooth it out a little bit without breaking the seal. Yep, okay, I'm happy with that. Then we go. I'll have to fill this bottle up again. My goodness, I go through art glitter glue like it's going out of fashion. But it's amazing. So if you're not a member of Dephemerember Inspiration Facebook group, get and do that if you're going to do Dephemerember, because that'll be amazing. It's place to share and probably get inspired as well. Now come on, don't glue up on me. Oh, maybe that was a piece of the fabric or something. No, just was a bit of an annoyance, wasn't it? I like it to be absolutely everywhere and glued down really good. Yeah, so I've been coffee dyeing papers and getting out I don't have a lot of distress spray stains. I used bundle sage and marigold and weathered wood, I think, predominantly. That's about all I've got. I've got another 2 colours, I think. But they went really well with the pages. I was really happy with the way they turned out. And adding the stenciling, that was fun. I love that. Hopefully you can't hear that motorbike. I think it was a Harley Davidson going very noisily up the street. Okay. Right. Now let's see if I can get this exactly. I might just have to stand up without knocking the camera. Try and get it into the position I want. And then hurry up before it all dries. I want it to adhere well. Just do the best you can. You can't Can't worry if it's a little bit skew with, and as I say, no one's going to see, but I'll know. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That's a good attitude to have, I think. And if I wasn't, I'd pull it up and I'd start again. Oh dear, that's effective. I love that. Love, love, love. Okay, so this is my template, which will go here to cover the brads that I used for the nameplate. So that's gonna be amazing. And I've only done a 3-hole. There'll be 4 signatures as the girls recommended. So that's gonna look amazing. Okay, so that is the cover done to my liking. So I'll just set that aside to continue to dry. And I'll just quickly, before we fold up, I don't think I won't show you the sewing in of the signatures. I've got other things if you need to learn that. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 signatures, and I think the ladies recommended 5 pages per signature. So I've stitched the 2 pages back to back. I've added some pockets. These pages were the extra. I've added some coffee stained sketchbook paper, and I left the edge on. I thought that might come in handy. But these, pardon me, these were Daphne's Diaries pages, and because they're quite thick, I gessoed the front and I gessoed the back, and then I used my stains. And I like them because you can see the writing very faintly underneath. You can see the pictures very faintly underneath, but you couldn't tell. And I've just stitched them around as well. So they're a bit thinner because, as I said, these were printed on, there's 2 together and they're each done on 160 GSM paper. So they're really, really sturdy. You can see where I've stenciled, and I've added spray ink. I've also included, that was the back of that cushion, so I thought, oh, I'll add 2 bits of those in. I'll just quickly flip, and that'll be the middle of the signature. And you can see here these were pure white, so I've added they were Distress Oxides, the ones I've got, and because the paper's so thick and it's probably got a sheen on it, they're a bit powdery, but I'm okay with that. There's the stenciling underneath, and there's all different colours, and that was a lot of fun to do. It's got some stenciling on it. This I think it was Barbara cut a round circle in one of the pages. I thought, oh, that's a good idea. So I used my new oval punch and punched a hole in that one. It's torn at the edge, but I'm going to fix that. I mend that with some vintage sticky tape, I think. And that's a Daphne's Diary page there. Look, that's gorgeous. I love that. So that's the end of the first signature. Louisa did the clear gloss embossing powder on the bee's wings, and doesn't that look great? So I thought, yep, I'm going to do that too. I'm definitely going to do that too. She did crystal distress embossing things. I think it was called Crystal, and she said it makes them feel furry, but I didn't have any of that, so I didn't bother. But I like the wings, so I did that. That's more splattered. I had some shimmer green, and I just used, that's a weathered wood. I did everything I could. That's another Daphne's Diary and gessoed page, and I don't know what I've done to that. That's just got some splatters. Some I didn't. There was a couple I didn't do anything to. This is just a Daphne's Diary cut little, because they said, I think they recommended to do 2 short pages per signature. So I've used titanium, unbleached titanium acrylic paint to do this one, to cover up the writing and that. But that's a gorgeous texture. I love that. So, and there's that piece of the fabric again and that signature. The sketch paper, the rest of the little one. So it'll be I can't wait to see the prompts. I hope they're good. I think last year they had that Effie. I didn't like that Effie myself. I thought, oh, I don't know. I couldn't imagine what they did. That was just after cheetoing some of the pages. I had this baking paper and I thought, oh, just pop that in. And I had a bit of corrugated card and some brown paper bag, and I thought, well, that's interesting. I'm going to pop that in. So I think I'm going to stamp, and I think I'm going to, that's a nice stencil of trees. So I'm probably going to, I saw Barbara yesterday add some gold embossing. And you know how I love gold, so I don't know whether I think I might do gold paint splatters before I sew the signatures in. And I'm sort of holding off on sewing them in, because it might pay me to just wait until we see the prompts, and just in case I want to sew around any of these other pages, or because who would know? You know, you don't know, do you? And then Barbara said, oh, we're going to be adding next, she's going to be the last in the series, she's going to be adding pockets and things. And I thought, well, maybe I might want to sew a pocket in. So yeah, might just hold off a bit. Oh, there's that coffee staining with the stencil. That I like that. And that was, I think, was it Barbara? I think she used it. It might have been Louisa. That's just those distress stains over the top of pale of damp texture paste. So I did have speckled egg. That's one thing I did have in the distress embossing powder. And I thought, yep, I'm going to do that. And so yeah, with mixed results, but that I'm okay with that. And I sanded it down. But I tried it. I thought, yeah, I'll give that a whirl. I'm happy with that. Sort of like a nice spiral, and it sort of replicates the round in the... Needs a bit of more sand by the feel of that. And this one, I had a stencil with numbers. So D for Dephemerember and 24 for the year. I did the 4 first, and I waited till it dried, and then I did the 2 in front of it. And D for die. So, you know, you can't go wrong. I mean, I can't do the Dephemerember. It would take me forever. I could write it in white white pen, acrylic paint pen. So that's a possibility. Dephemerember, die Dephemerember. D die. I don't know. Don't know what I'm saying. And there's the nice bees with those wings. They do look amazing, don't they? So that was a good tip. Thanks, Louisa. I like that. And then that's another. You can see the white gesso underneath that. That's a Daphne's Diary page. I don't know whether I'm going to sew around that or just leave it, or I might add more paint. It looks a bit too white, but then that kind of reflects a bit like that. So I don't know. You don't know what to do you? Okay, so that is my 4 signatures with everything that we were asked to sort of do, to follow along. And all I have to do now is pop them inside sew them in. And I'm good to go. I'm ready to start. I'm ready for anything. And I'm so glad after all these years that I can participate. Okay, so I'll leave the link underneath for the Facebook group if you haven't already. I reckon you should do it because it's going to be great. We can talk to each other and stuff. And yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys have come up with, and can't wait to see those prompts. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Wow, loving it, loving it. Okay, bye all. If you really enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd be happy if you joined the channel. That'd be great. And yeah, I'll catch you. I'll catch you in the next one. You won't see me sew the signatures in, but I'm just doing the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and it's going to be all great. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. See ya.